Hello, welcome to my late night podcast shorts. And today we're going to be talking about a little story that I read on Monday. And this was something, it was a few days ago. And this was a story about a guy who actually had his house or his land stolen from him in an identity theft case. So, the story goes that this guy in South Africa, or in Johannesburg to be exact, basically managed to steal his name and his entire identity, and then he somehow knew that he had this plot of that the original guy had this plot of land in Connecticut. So he manages to actually he takes his identity, then manages to sell his property, the guy's property, to this real estate developer, and it turns out that the real estate developer built a house on this guy's land without the original guy knowing, and it was only through his friend that he was able to find out. So basically, this actually passed hands multiple times. Uh, the identity theft scammer had a power of attorney, basically attorney that represents you, and they felt like a form saying you have the right to represent me. That whole film was filled out by an attorney named Mark uh, Raffelli or something, and then but the property, the interesting part was the property was listed as sold by a different guy entirely named James C. White. So what likely happened was this guy took the power of attorney form, gave it to this attorney, and then sold it to this white guy, the James C. White, and then he then sold it to the real estate developer. And the real estate developer, likely, they got the land, they were trying to build a $1.5 million house. And by the way, the house didn't even look that big for $1.5 million, but I digress. They tried to build a $1.5 million house, and then he found out that his land was stolen, and is now suing in court, demanding that the house be taken down, and the um he be compensated for $2 million. As a result, the property developer now is suing the real estate professional that sold it to them, claiming that their negligence caused them harm. Um, I mean, I think both of the, I think the real estate professionals do bear some responsibility because they were the ones that didn't even check the form. I mean, the lawsuit literally said that the form was like very obviously fake, but yet the attorneys, the real estate professionals that they bought it from, none of them questioned it, so they were just like, whatever, you're probably the guy that, you're probably the guy that you say you are. We're just gonna blindly trust you. And literally no one checked until it was too late. And now he's trying to get his land back because he was going to pass that land down to his kids. He wasn't supposed. He didn't want to build anything on it. He didn't want to sell it to anyone. He wanted to pass that land down to his kids because it was originally passed down to him by his grandfather, I think, who bought it in the 1950s, and then his father passed it down to him. So it was passed down by generations of people, and now he's kind of seeing his land kind of being stolen. So yeah, that was just kind of an interesting story I read about. If you liked this, make sure to leave a like, follow if you like the podcast. You can also leave reviews on Apple Podcasts. Just make sure to watch this, and yeah, see you next time. Bye.